fashions that as online.
I mean, a lot of teams are going to tell you that they're not playing with a ton of pressure on their shoulders.
Yeah, but then they still play like.
But then they still, yeah, and then, you know, they're at the bar later drinking their sorrows away.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, I'm so upset that we lost. And it's like, well, of course you're upset that you're lost. I know that you don't take it seriously, but let's be honest with ourselves. Yana and Dokkaebi, the first two operators banned out on Clubhouse. We've seen a lot of Solus bans. We've seen a lot of Azami bans. We've seen Valk and Mira bans.
Nope.
Are we going to see any Funke things here?
I mean, the Iona, we did see it.
Look, they just took all this time, and they still banned Azami.
Sometimes you gotta make sure that it's the right thing to do, right? Like, this was a fast one. What is that gonna be? Well, that's a kite. I mean, that's...
Clubhouse makes sense.
It makes sense, but I will always make the argument that you have secondary MPs, that's yours open, you don't really need to bend the kite, but if there's nothing else that you really want to get rid of, you might as well. When you go on the attacking side, then you have more freedom on your operator lineup, and... or you also might just not want to care about playing that particular operator, but your opponent might. So it's not a bad ban by any means, but it is less common to see banned these days.
There used to be a period of time where Kaid was a must ban, and then Thatcher would end up being banned, but yeah, you've got no shortage of hard breachers, you've got no shortage of secondary hard breachers, then most importantly, you have those secondary EMPs to boot.
Yeah, and you got quite a lot of operators that actually has those secondary EMPs that you wouldn't really think of. Sledge, for example, being one of them. Nook being the other. They actually have secondary EMPs as an option, but they also have grenades, so like you really shouldn't be doing that in the perfect world. However, Sloth will show us the Thatcher originally, but use that attacker repick mechanic to go onto a Ying instead. And you know, we cast Heroic yesterday against Dark Zero, and we were very critical of their lack of execution style operators. And in the very, very, very final round against Dark Zero, they brought Ying, they brought Monty, and they lost the round, right? It was way too late to change gears, but Heroic now, on Clubhouse against Secret, are starting off on a very different note in terms of team style approach to this opening round, and I think it's a good approach for them because it clearly wasn't clicking yesterday to the degree that they wanted.
I think we're at an appropriate time to start citing the map stats for this event. I mean, there's not much that you can glean from these maps when they've only been played once or twice, but we're starting to see maps get played 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Plus, as we go deeper into this event, Clubhouse has been played 4 times so far. The defenders win 56% of the rounds. The attackers win 44% of the rounds. As much as you might think that it might be... Grubby got a little bit scared there. He got shot and just reflexively just fired through a soft wall, hip fire. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. Look at how quick Heroic is to get in here. I'll stop for a second because Heroic have already picked up 2 very quick kills on both Savage and Astro. Joom is down below. He's waiting for a call to be made. This is not a CCTV cache take, but that's the part of the map that they are taking right now before Heroic can then move over to assault that gym portion. Grubby's going to get quite aggressive. And down goes Grizzly, the first casualty for Heroic.
Yeah, that's going to be, you know, an ace off the board. We got more hobbies in your pocket to spare, and Secret, they keep up the aggression.
That's another kill on behalf of Heroic. The pitter-patter sounds of that suppressed LMG from Ying. An iconic sound in this game. Say goodbye to the Alda, another iconic sound. Grubby and Sleben, the last 2 left alive. Sleben on these support roles. For those of you that only watched Sleben back in his days of playing, well, on the Sonics, actually.
Yeah.
A team that has been very good so far in this event. You would be shocked to see him playing the, as we call them, old people roles.
Sure.
Don't say sure.
It's
you know
not
it's
the
right.
old person.
You know it's right.
It's not.
Was like, just because that's the role you played.
Yeah, and I was like 19 when I started, so that doesn't make any sense. When it's a young person role, though, it's Noodle on Ash and Sloth on the Ying, and they're about to go crazy on this bomb site. No frost on the board, so no traps to catch them when they jump on in.
There go the Candelas, some smokes to cut off lines of sight. Sloth will use that to his advantage, but there's a toxic canister to answer it. Play it going down, and Grubby gets picked apart from 2 separate angles. He's finished off. Sleben, amidst the blindness and the lights pulsating inside of the site, is left in a very hard spot. 1v4, diffuser down. What can the smoke accomplish here? Upside down repel takes a big portion of his life away, and then Uno finishes things off. Finn versus Finn. Heroic, taking round number 1.
And convincingly so. And I mean, Secret, they did play with confidence. They played very aggressive, and I'd almost argue too aggressive in that particular round. Kendrew got caught and connected with the wall open, the window behind them as well, and had to fight 3 different locations at once, or just simply walk back towards the bomb site playing the Maestro. So, could be a different approach to Secret, but I expect him to try and keep being a problem for Heroic in the early stages of the round. It is where Heroic struggle against Dark Zero as well, finding openings, getting map control, etc. And of course, in the opening round that we just saw, they got 2 kills that made life very easy for them. That's not going to happen every single time, and Solis being brought on out. We see this operator and Kloppers being brought so frequently because the information game from drones is extremely important, and you can get drones up to the top floor during this prep phase. Solis can then go upstairs, chase them, find them, etc. And then you have to re-drone the entirety of the top floor again to have actual useful information. Or in Heroic's case, don't even drone inside the building at the risk of losing your drones in the first place, therefore going in blind from the very beginning of the round.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Now that I think we might be safe to talk about these numbers, I'm going to go back to them here.
Okay.
Clubhouse has been played 4 times, 56% of all of the rounds won by the defense. Attackers won 44%. I know that might not seem like a lot, but 56% usually means that we're looking at 3-3 to 4-2 pretty much every single half in favor of the defense. The most defender-sided bomb site in terms of raw numbers is Cache CCTV.
That's surprising.
83% of the time, which amounts to 5 of the 6 times that it's been played so far, but it's also been the least played bomb site. So it's not the most reliable data. Bar Stage has been played 7 times, only won by the defense 3 times, so the attackers have the upper hand there. Master Bedroom and Gym and Church and Arsenal have been played the most. Church Arsenal, the bottom floor bomb site, 9 times it's been won by the attackers, 9 times it's been won by the defenders. As for Master Gym, very defender-sided bomb site, the second most defender-sided. Out of the 10 times it's been played, it's been won by the defense 6 times. Hold on a second, we're going to see another rush again. Never mind. They're going to try to take advantage of whatever calamity they think is going on here with Secret. Jum is just going to run right in. Nitro Cell goes off, and Secret actually finds a couple kills, but it's answered back immediately by Heroic. Jum in particular, picking up 2 of those. Now it's Noodle to get a single kill. 1 more awaits him. 2 potentially, they're both here. Both by the stairs. Noodle picks up a 2nd kill, and it's Grubby all on his lonesome, lighting him up, but Noodle turns around and swiftly subtracts his head from his shoulders. A real mathematician. 2-0 Heroic.
That is a different Heroic than we saw yesterday, I have to say, both in terms of their spirits on the player cams with some laughs and some smiles, but also in their actual gameplay performance. We did not see this kind of performance against Dark Zero whatsoever. The sheer confidence and relying on each other with that rush and not even flinching when things kind of went south for a moment there. They stuck to the plan and just had every single angle covered. The bar hatch run back, the main stairs, etc. Blue flank. The only thing that was kind of questionable was the diffuser management, but that's because the person carrying that diffuser case died to that C4 earlier in the round, and if you just waited 5-10 more seconds, that would have been picked on up, and then the plan can start going down. So a 2-0 lead for Heroic, very convincingly so far.
Yeah, well played by how quickly they are. There's some conversation actually on Twitter for those of you that do use social media. There's a conversation about that was started by NJR from Dark Zero, who said, why are people consistently dying with a black mirror in their pocket or a castle barricade in their pocket? I beg you to put down your utility. And good old Nightmare Nix jumped in and said, with the meta being as quick as it is, there are times when you have to make a call to stop doing prep because your opponents are already in the building, and even though they might not be quick to the bomb site, you can't find yourself in that position where you're reinforcing something, you're putting up a castle barricade, and you die. So if you're one of the newer teams, and you're still dealing with roster issues, which, by the way, Heroic's the team that should be getting bulldozed by Secret. You'd expect them to be quite quick and think, okay, maybe they don't really know what's going on right now. They're still adjusting to a new roster. Let's just get in the building fast and kill them. Heroic seems to have gotten that memo. I wonder if Secret will start to make any adjustments here.
Well, it's similar equivalent to that in the past, where as the smoke or mute player, you have to make rotations on the bomb site, but also reinforce 2 walls with the old reinforcement system, where you had 2 each. And then you sometimes just wouldn't have certain, rotations being made because there is no time to shotgunning and rotate 20 seconds into the live round in case of a rush. That's essentially a different form of what you see here with utility instead, because of how fast the meta game can be. First 2 rounds, very chaotic, very quick. Now we see no action. Everyone is full HP with a minute and 40 seconds left to go into the round, and nothing's really been done from either team. Soft Roam fell back early. Heroic, they're checking all their corners, droning everything out, even all the way down to the strip club to make sure that there is nobody hiding. Then phase 2 now is activated, right? That is going to be setting up, breaching open the right walls, the right hatches, etc., which puts you to step number 3. That's going to be the execute, where Heroic wants to strike on the bomb side A or B and try and get down that diffuser. Now, the Armory triple wall is bandit tricked by the Bandit of Astro, so that's going to be very hard to get past if you are Heroic. Most teams, they opt for a kitchen hatch execute in towards the B bomb site that you see here, but Heroic, they haven't even touched the kitchen at all. That's not what they're aiming for by the looks of it.
They'd go for a straight church wall execute, control blue, and just hope to God that whoever's at the bottom of the main stairs can watch that part of the map that is directly under the floor of kitchen, also known as that arsenal portion of the map where the bomb site actually ends up being. Oh, look at this. Joom is so close. If Grubby pushes up to engage on the blue stairs, Joom will win this engagement. Oh, and there you go. But Joom is so patient. Not a single death for Joom yet. He and Noodle are the 2 that have yet to die. Secret starting off with 2 great kills, but Joom finally drops. And he's playing the wrong side of Ring Around the Rosie. Astro has his teammates back and gets yet another over towards Moto. Savage cleans up. And that round is over in the blink of an eye. 10 seconds of dedicated action, and that's enough to knock Heroic out of the round.
Yeah, and as we saw Heroic, they chose to go for that Armory, blue, take, execute, and they just lost gunfights, right? We saw the first member inside that pit, inside the blue hallway, fell to a P5 from Grubby, and then Joom dropped the hatch, tried to get a trade going. He got the 1 onto Grubby, but then there are 3 secret members swinging back right at him. Astro got a double kill from blue, and the round is over as the last member of Heroic is on the bottom main stairs in a toxic babe, just ticking down in terms of health bar. And that means we're going to go back upstairs instead to Gym. Still no Frost being brought out, nor the castle. This is very atypical for pretty much any region. We almost always see Frost in this bomb site because you got the gym window, the master bedroom window. There are so many windows to jump in from. There we go, connector window. And if there's a frost mat below it, yeah, keep showing all the windows. And if you jump in and you don't shoot the frost mat, obviously you'll get injured. And if you jump in and shoot the frost trap, you're giving off a sound cue by shooting those bullets that you are indeed jumping in that set window. That means that defenders don't have to actively swing and peek the windows aggressively for information. They can rely off sound and listen to that frost trap gets destroyed, then go for a swing in an advantageous position and likely win their gunfight on their own. Savage might get cheeky with a spawn peek. No C4, has barbed wire, so can't do anything with the self-destruction. But could, of course, open up that door and go for a run out if he wants to. Or walk away.
I like seeing the play that teams do down in Strip Club. It could be a very critical spot to hold if it's a gym master defense or if it's a bar stage defense. That last one in particular, you tend to see a lot of teams holding up there. Was it TSM, Nick, who, while defending the basement bomb site,
oh, the strip extension?
had Geo upstairs in strip? Yes, that was a beautiful thing to see. It
was against Empire, and Empire could not. Well, did it before the Empire match as well? But even though Empire had studied it, they also couldn't really figure out what to do with it, and it was round defining multiple times last SI. I mean, the entire TSM run at SI 2022 was a miracle run, to be honest. It was ridiculous. It was just turning it on 100%.
And unfortunately,
they're not here.
They're not here.
Oh, that's a shame. Next year. This year, however, Secret are fighting for their lives upstairs, getting shoved from below from Doom. He's gonna fall, but Noodle trades it back. It's a 4v4 still, but they're in the bomb site now as Noodle leads the charge.
A very, very quick one. Maybe a bit of a pause, actually.
Yeah, but they're not even fighting.
Savage decides to go for the pre-fire, missing out on an opportunity, but he gets Sloth on the stairs. Look at Noodle. Do they know that he's there? I don't think they do. Uno dies because of it, but now Noodle can emerge out of nowhere. Savage finds kill number 2. It's all up to Grizzly. Last man for Heroic. Team Secret coming alive. It's a strong start, but it's fallen apart at this point. Secret put 2 in a row, look far more confident, and they've done it on the 2 bomb sites that they lost the first time around.
I think Kendra is screaming, move at Heroic.
I heard that as well, yeah.
Yeah. Something's saying, what are you doing? Move! But really odd pacing in the round because Heroic finds themselves in the midst of the bomb site and they think Secret knows that they've done it. So Noodle plays passive inside the bathroom stall, just tucked in a corner. But it turns out that Secret didn't seem to have any idea he was there. So when Uno walks in behind him, unfortunately, he falls instead. Then Noodle makes his move, but then he, gets the initial kill, gets traded back right after. And I don't blame Heroic for the kind of confusion of that round because it's one big guessing game, essentially. Nothing really made sense. It's not what I expected, at least, if I would have been in that round either. The Secret, they thrive in the chaos time and time again. They're gonna show us bar. I don't believe you and I have cast a bar round so far.
No, we have not.
We have not.
7 bar stage plays so far through this event. At least as of just now, refreshing the page.
In the,
I can't speak for the other stream, because I don't know what's going on over there.
That's fair.
But I can just speak for the numbers I have in front of me. And like I've said before, the numbers don't lie.
But sometimes you do. That's what you normally add to it, right?
No, I don't lie.
Oh, sorry. No, okay.
The numbers don't lie.
But
I go out of my way to not lie.
okay.
I tried to do everything to avoid it.
That's good. That's a healthy thing to practice, I would say.
I think everybody lies, though.
I was gonna add that everybody.
I don't think there's a single person on this planet who's never lied once in their life. Maybe a baby,
But can they even talk? Like, does that count?
but they've never lied. So I suppose.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just trying to set expectations here. All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is Slevin gonna go for this? Oh, a sledge out on the window, and Slevin is not looking in the right direction. Sloth's kill number 2. Gets up top. A minute off the board. That was a sneaky play by Slevin.
A bit of hesitation from Sleppen, though. If you hear the repel and you hear the hammer god animation-wise, you gotta probe out the window instantaneously to get that freebie, so to speak. Otherwise, you become the free kill instead. And Bar, the way you defend it, you go upstairs simply, as we see Team Secret do, but that's kind of falling apart every second so far. We have 3 members upstairs, Kendra making a big rotation. The bomb site itself is completely vacated, but because of all the vertical holes that they've made above and the information on the bomb site itself, that means you can't just go for it because you might just die from above.
Savage posted up in the bathroom. Again, this is a very powerful spot to play in. Nice shot on the Sloth. They make it look so easy with Savage's play. 7 kills so far. He's been on an absolute tear. Does he know that there's somebody outside? Now he does. Down goes Savage to Joom, and it's Kendra last alive. Super Shorty his way back to the stage. All the world's a stage right now, and Kendra's the star. Down goes Noodle. 3 more stand in the way of a Team Secret lead for the first time in this entire map. But where does Kendra go? Does he just wait here, posted up underneath the gym hatch?
They're gonna bleed him out. Just drone him, play it nice and slow, make him lose all that adrenaline, right? Let him bleed out really, and then you strike when he's no longer ready for it.
2 drones in right now. Actually, all 3 are on drones at the exact moment. Oh, and they seem to know, but they haven't got him. That's another kill from Kendra, and he can just hide. He only has 12 seconds. Yet another drop. He engages, but the UMP, it's not always the gun that you want in your hands in a multi-kill situation.
Nice shot, Chris. Fucking hell.
Honestly, a valiant effort from Kendra, but not much you can do when you've got 2 other players breathing down your neck. Heroic deny Team Secret the lead.
And they're building up those attacking victories. You mentioned that this was a defender-sided map, but Clubhouse is all about execution in the end, so the different playstyles of various teams will influence those numbers greatly, and of course, the specific matchups. I reckon that the way Heroic's been going so far, they can make it 4 if they really push for it, but it's going to be a basement against the Mira and a Bandit, so that armory attack they did last time likely not going to work out. They'll have to change things up. Whereas Team Secret, the question for them is, will they actually contest the room a bit more and stay upstairs for longer, burn some time, kill some drones, maybe get a kill? Or do they just surrender that entire roam game like previously and just play passively on the bomb side? Looking at the operators, for a brief moment there, you might have called it, Slav was hovering the blitz, signifying maybe a dirt push or a rush of a sort, but they're gonna go to a Thatcher instead to open up the opportunities of opening up any wall their heart desires, because Bandit is being played actively, just like that previous time.
Final defense now, back downstairs to Church they will go. I do find it, despite the numbers, a bit odd that there would be no CCTV cache defense, right? I mean, it is the most played bomb, or it's the second most played bomb site. No, actually, it's the least played bomb site.
The least played, but most successful, right?
It's the most successful, least played. Yes, that's correct. I got my numbers backwards.
I was gonna say, in the last, if you
I was like, hold on a second here.
Everybody lies.
I was like, I mean, I did the same thing yesterday when it was like I was looking at Secret and I was like, yeah, Heroic, they made it in through the qualifiers, and then not even a second later, my brain was like,
oh no,
I read the wrong thing on my notes.
We're all human. I mean, the thing is, if you go back 2 months, nobody was playing CCTV at all because it was a terrible bomb site. Now it's slowly seeing play again, but not that frequently.
Oh,
what?
Nice shrewd play from above.
Oh, all the way through.
Astro opens it up, gets a long line of sight down. Look at this though, right next to him. Kendrew's there. Grubby the first kill for Secret in the round. Back at the Black Mirror. Grubby's home on the previous Church Arsenal defense was downstairs.
This is huge. Kendrew has gone undetected.
And just a single one tap. Is another player from above, though? No, he just takes out Noodle. Still up there, and this will obviously rattle them to their core. Kendrew taking some damage. He's got to get out of this position. It's a precarious spot to be in. He's about to meet the one member of Heroic creeping on up. There's the pre-fire, but Kendrew wins that duel. There's a shotgun on the red stairs as well, those main stairs. Heroic are in a really rough spot. Uno and Grizzly are full HP, but they've got 4 players from Secret to find, Nick.
They do, and it only gets worse. 7C4 takes out Uno, and Kendrew finishes the job.
Wow.
That should not be allowed by Kendrew to stay alive that long upstairs. Of course, the first problem there is that he never got droned out, so he never was found out. That's problematic. Secondly, then Heroic, they didn't really play it together, right? You remember come up the main stairs very aggressively right there. You see Slav, and there's no follow because Grizzly was still in the connected door, just about to enter master bedroom. Essentially, if the main stairs guy holds the main stairs, then you know he's up top somewhere. Then you let Grizzly do the entry job. You figure out what room, and then you can take him out.
First half in the books. 3 bomb sites were played. Gym bedroom up on the top floor played twice. Bar stage played once. Church down below. The bomb site that is about to be played a 4th time was played 3 times on the first half. In terms of win rates, Gym was won once by the attackers, once by the defenders, a perfect 50-50 split. Bar stage was won by the attackers. Church was won by the defenders twice, the attackers once. So that 50-50 bomb site coming into today, that Church Arsenal bomb site, was a defender-sided bomb site out of the 3 times it was played. But again, we don't have a ton of stats to go off of. In terms of opening picks, it was that sandwich again. Heroic got the first 2 opening duels, Secret the next 2 opening duels, and then the final 2 opening duels went to Heroic. Diffuser was planted by Heroic as well, so some objective play. But mostly every round was decided by kills. As you can see, the scoreline, 3-3.
Dead even. Curious to see how Secret's objective play will be on Clubhouse. Obviously, the go-to way of playing this map is to go try and get a plant down, but it's not the only way to play Rainbow Six Siege. You can go for kills, as we see time and time again. They are bringing 1, 2 Heartbreachers and the secondary can opener in the pocket of Savage on the buck. So they have plenty of Heartbreach destruction at their disposal, vertical play, etc. Heroic also doing the same thing as Secret, bringing both the Mira and the Bandit to make Church a hard area to attack on the map. So the main defense here is to worry about Blue, Dirt Tunnel, and the Kitchen Hatch in terms of operators, whereas Utility covers Church instead.
First 2 rounds on that attack that we saw, by the way, of Heroic, were blisteringly fast. They were in the building and immediately exerting their influence, but not any longer. No, this is now them on defense. Secret are not matching that same pace. And we also saw Heroic slow down quite a lot, and they played a tempo that was probably more, I suppose you could say, favorable to this Secret team. Secret are dotting their I's and crossing their T's. This is the typical club take that we see. Carve out the floor in the hallway leading to kitchen, take out the kitchen floor, make Arsenal and the hallway between it and Church extremely hard to defend.
Yeah.
Gonna force the defenders back towards AK, as it's called, and dummies. And then, if you have one person on attack go through Blue, you can gain the attention of them, and then, you know, be able to attack Church. There's a Nitro Cell tossed out. EMP goes as well, but the Selma from Grubby actually misses. We saw that secondary EMP go off. This time it looks like it will connect.
It's problematic. I mean, Grizzly, he's in a world of hurt here, but he's staying alive in the wall. The Bandit charged, so they can't get through them.
Damage being done to both Noodle and a Grubby. Ooh. Astro's made his way into Blue. This is what we talked about. You push all the defenders back, and then you go through Blue, and it's really not that much of a challenge. Grubby's in the middle of the bomb site, as is the Diffuser. Joom, the very first kill for Heroic. It's on to Sleben, but Secret dominate the kill feed and the round. Astro collecting the last 2 kills. He's been phenomenal. Secret takes the lead.
You're so shit! Let's go.
Beautiful Blue execute,
Get back in FPL, Zoom.
I have to say.
Yeah, that's right. It's panic station. Yeah, go on, Murad.
Mike looks down. I don't know if there's a timeout that's been called. We'll get confirmation. Yep, sorry, just getting confirmation. Heroic has called a tactical timeout. So even though Heroic are the ones who called it, Secret are still able to speak too. So that's why Twister behind the team is talking to them.
You're not better than these Murads.
They don't know how to react. So just use the knowledge that they are a new team to abuse it, to just try to gain crazy shit.
Let's get into their faces, guys. We're just waiting for them to execute. We're saying we can't peek that. Fucking go peek it, you know? Let's fucking do it.
So 2 competing ideas here.
Yeah, very
First
much
piece of advice from Twister. They're a new team. Take the fight to them.
Yeah.
Overrun them. Uno, let's get in their face.
Yeah. I love hearing that, honestly, I really do. Those small snippets of information. Twister was saying that they can't really adapt to just like fight them, but Uno is like, get in their face. It's like, yeah, they're really clashing on these fronts, and I think every time we listen to Heroic in their tactical timeouts or between rounds and voice comes, it's always Uno saying, believe in yourself, confidence, fight back, take risks. When they went to overtime against Dark Zero yesterday, the first thing he said, guys, it's 0-0, don't worry about the pressure. If you want to take a risk, it's the same as when when the game just started. Don't let this overtime situation affect you. So Heroic, in terms of their mentality and their philosophy, they clearly want to be an aggressive team, taking these opportunities every chance they got. But it's not always the case because they have these moments where they just freeze up and nothing really happens from them. If you saw how Team Secret just attacked that basement bomb site against Heroic, they stormed down Blue. The moment that initial kill went out, they just rushed on in, Moto Door, Church Breach, down the Blue staircase, etc., and just collapsed on Heroic. When Heroic attacks the basement, if nothing really starts happening, they're not the ones who typically force it out, besides Doom as an individual who can't always be that hero player for his team.
I think that Twister's idea is very spot on.
I agree.
I mean, this is a new team for Heroic. They don't have the players that they want, right? Sloth is coming in as an emergency sub of sorts. They're still gelling as a squad. The more you pressure them, the more you should start to see cracks in the fundamentals that they have. How quickly can Secret be? Because that was the same strategy that Heroic took. They took the fight to Secret very quickly on, and it worked well. Astro, the leadoff pick, on to Noodle. Another exothermic charge is going to go down, but there will be a successful bandit trick. But look at this. Look at this! Savage has just made his way up top, and he's now in the bathroom. He's got them all by surprise. Secret again dominating the kill feed. Heroic has something to say about that. Grizzly and Sloth, the last two. The animals on the team. Nade goes off, Sloth inside of construction, Grizzly in closet and logistics. Drone goes in, Sloth gives his position away, and he knows at a disadvantage, he has to take the gunfight. Savage gets pounced on by Grizzly, and it's a mauling inside of the bedroom. Secret had a good start to this round. They could still yet turn around and win it. But Heroic have a significant advantage in terms of HP.
I do. Getting the plant down here is arguably possible, not really ideal, and jumping in this window in particular is going to be a tall task for Kenju, so the members of Secret very much isolated. Nastro is like one single HP left in his bar, can't do much here.
There goes Grizzly. Astro, even with a tiny bit of HP, he can do some serious damage, and he gets 2 kills again.
So I'm 1 HP! I'm 1 HP!
Astro, you're the guy!
Let's go. Bro, I'm just fucking so bad.
Over the last 6 rounds, Team Secret has won 5 of them, and they have put together a very impressive body of work. Now, as far as my understanding was, this was Heroic's map pick. The overlay at the top is suggesting that it's Team Secret map. So we'll wait for confirmation, and when we know that, we can use it to give you a better understanding of why these teams are playing the way they are. If this really is Heroic's map pick, and Team Secret is bullying them 5-3,
Yeah.
that's not great, because then that means the next map, which would then be Team Secret's map pick, is Oregon. And we did just get confirmation. This is, in fact, Heroic's map pick.
That's tough.
So, Heroic picks this map, and they are currently getting slaughtered over the last couple rounds. And Team Secret only seem to be improving the more that time goes on. Bear in mind that after the very first round of this second half, Heroic did call that timeout.
Yeah.
Did not pay off. It was a closer round. Did not pay off.
Also, just respect to Savage for, you know, going back to the tactical timeout. Twister goes, do something crazy. They can't really react that well. Next round, basically Savage in the bomb set out of nowhere, just creating all this chaos. And Heroic, they did struggle to react accordingly and figuring out how to get back into the round. They made it a 2 vs 2, but that's not quite close enough. Uno and Maestro in the basement of all places find Savage for absolutely free. I'm not sure what Uno is doing down there, to be honest. He's not an Echo, but a Maestro. But nonetheless, he gets a free pick.
Yeah, not an ideal spot to find yourself in when you die.
No, not quite. I mean, Uno wants to be alone in the basement on cameras, but Savage said, no, you don't. But then there's no drone, no information. Therefore, Savage can't quite fight back.
Is it that 1 speed of Sledge?
Oh, it's right. So loud and chunky now.
Chonky boy.
Chunky boy.
Chonky Kong. I was just trying to think of anything that rhymes, but...
Yeah. I don't know what I would have gone with, to be honest.
Well, you said Chunky Boy, but I just said that as well.
Yeah.
Kendra doing as he always does in that very aggressive support role. Every single team that he's played on, he's almost always competing for top frag. 8 kills to his name. Astro's also been phenomenal. Through the window, Heroic have watched Noodle get downed. No secure is possible right now. Grubby's looking for it. He can feel it. But Heroic's playing these shrewd angles. Sloth, a bit unpredictable. He guns down one, down goes Noodle. And a run out from Sloth will get the down onto Grubby. And a secure before he's traded out by Slebin. Advantage still very much in Heroic's court, but they just lost another. Suddenly it's a 2v2. Team Secret have a very real possibility of moving us to map point.
They have.
Plenty of time too, 1 minute to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bar defense. I mean, Uno might see some action soon. I can't believe Slav jumps out, goes for a full-on reload, and then gets that 1 bullet off to finish the kill, and gets taken out right after. That could have been a disaster had that gone just a 1 second longer, because then Slav doesn't get this get the kill secure, and Grubby stays alive for the 3v2 instead. It is a 2 versus 2. It's anyone's game for this round. 35 seconds left. No C4 in pocket of Grizzly. No impacts on Uno. It's a 2v2 raw battle between guns because there's no utility on any members of this round. You got Evil Eyes, but
yeah,
they're also kind of a gun because they also shoot.
Kendrew will drop. This is a very familiar position for him. Does he know that the Meister camera is here? Default cam goes. Kendrew getting the diffuser down. Uno off of the cam. Grizzly firing away, sustaining serious damage in the process. Uno might be able to make it in, and there you go. He's got marks up above from the Prisma too. Sleben in trouble. No utility whatsoever. This is just going to be a pure fist fight. Grizzly on the flank, and from above, Sleben trying to do damage. Grizzly is there, heroic. Well, doing exactly what their name suggests. They win the round, they hop on the diffuser, and it's business as usual. No real celebration and a very different attitude.
Yep.
And when Team Secret wins the round, and they get rambunctious.
Yeah, I mean, we see it from, every team has a different atmosphere. We always know that Latim, they get very loud every chance they can, right? Also for that mental warfare against their opponents, it can be hard to play against in terms of like your headspace and where that's at. Dark Zero, we saw them yesterday. They were showing basically zero emotions throughout the match itself. The moment it ended, it's smiles, celebrations, happy faces, etc. So different approaches for different kinds of teams. And some they thrive in having fun and messing around like Secret appears to be, and their voice comes when we hear them celebrate. And then Heroic, every single time around is one, on to the next one. What went wrong, fix it, boom, go next. And, I mean...
I think it's a very mature way to play it.
No, it is.
Right? You've got your head down, and I know that this is going to be described as a grudge match because these two teams are from the same region, they've got players that are very familiar with each other, but at the end of the day, you know, I think when the going gets tough, that enthusiasm that Secret shows will cool off. And they will go towards being probably a bit more serious. But I don't know, I think there's something to be said for keeping things light as well.
Yeah. Well, there are two sides to it, certainly. I think there's a time and place for both, essentially. And more so than ever, like when you're losing rounds and you're falling behind, I think that's when getting a little bit light can be good. Just to kind of bring the vibes up, you know, hey guys, we got this, ooh, whatever. Crack a joke. I think every team having what we call like a vibe guy, just a guy bringing good vibes essentially, can be quite a good thing to invest in, honestly. We're on the bomb site.
We are, indeed. Well, we're not, but
they are.
is. In the middle of the bomb site, first kill goes to Uno, but it's traded out. Astro collects doubles. Doubles are best, but you know what's even better? Triples. Triples are best. And Astro gets them. 3 kills. Grizzly will fight for his life with Noodle. Noodle's up above. He's retaken the top floor. Have to watch for Yokai drone. Savage taking some serious damage from the fire. Diffuser's in the hands of Kendrew. Secret really opened things up, but look at that. It's a 2v2. Diffuser going down from Kendrew. Will Noodle drop? Savage's eyes are turned elsewhere. There goes the door. Grizzly pre-firing through the wall is not good enough. Diffuser goes down, and now the time will run against Heroic. They were able to stem the bleeding in the previous round, but Team Secret moved to match point if they're able to prevail. And the advance coming in will be good enough to take out Savage, leaving Kendrew in a must-win situation. He'll expose himself just on the right of the door and gets swept on in. That Type 89 low ammunition can't control the bearing. Grizzly gets the cleanup and has exactly 15 seconds to get to the diffuser, and he'll get to it. No problems at all. Team Secret calling their timeout as we've got ourselves a ball game. 5-5.
I mean, Heroic are winning every single retake that they're being presented with right now from Secret, and I have to say, Secret in that 2 versus 2 could have played that a lot safer, if you will. The moment that diffuser case goes down from Kendrew, Savage could have gone as the sledge back out from third tunnel into kitchen, played vertically for the post plan in that 1 versus 2, arguably a lot safer, stronger, and let Kendrew fight off on bomb site 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2 for that time being. Instead, he stays behind the deployable shield, but the member in blue had a impact grenade that destroys the shield. He's low on HP, he falls. Kendrew couldn't clutch the 1v2, and that's why we're looking at a 5-5 tight scoreline.
This is what will happen. This is how we win the round. Example, like just holding some angles and trying to play for the plant right now. They need to take their time so they come back to the retake of the round. Because of that. You know? So for now, just do the fast push, and once we got the advantage, we hold angles and we try to play a little bit more from chat. That's it. Yep. Let's go. Let's go!
It's a general strategy instead of specifics.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, I don't know Twister's coaching style at all, but I do wonder if he would go into specifics if there was 1 or 2 rounds remaining. I mean, in this case, there are technically only 2 rounds remaining before overtime.
Yeah.
But I think he saw a fundamental that was not being respected, and that's what he believes the biggest focus to be, and where the largest improvement for Team Secret can come from.
I agree, and I also think from a coaching and player perspective, if you present your team with a very specific idea that you have in your mind as a coach, you have 60 seconds to fully convey it, and if anybody doesn't understand it, or if nobody understands it, they're going to have a, okay, what now? What's the next step in this? I think it can be very difficult to do, because you only have 1 timeout per coach, you only have those 60 seconds, conveying like a general concept, or notes that you're finding by watching behind the players, like Twister just did, I think you can get a lot further with that as a coach, and also, it's up to the players in the server, in the moment, to actually do that thing that you want them to when it happens 30 seconds, 60 seconds later in the active phase later on. So I like the general concepts here. I also like how Twister presents himself, making it very casual sounding for his teammates as well. Being, do the fast push that we spoke about, that we practiced, etc. Then you hold the angles, you wait for them to come to you, then you build that advantage further, and then you strike the execute. It's extremely simplified. Anyone can understand that, and let's see if they can now put that to use in practice in this upcoming round.
The one thing that you cannot say about Twister is that he's not a nice guy. He is unfailingly nice.
Yeah.
You know, just like little things. He DM'd me on Christmas, just wishing me like a happy, like a Merry Christmas. And I just thought it was
very nice.
Even something like that is just like very, very kind.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to do that. And it's like, yeah, Twister and I talk, and I've often reached out to him to get information about LATAM because the language barrier can make it challenging.
Yeah.
But presenting himself that way is very different and in stark contrast to some of the more authoritarian coaches that we tend to see. Yeah.
Okay. Bless you.
So I did a tickle in my throat.
Yeah.
And I think it can work, and certain players will respond to that better. Kindness goes an awful long way in that regard. Secret, for the record, have already breached the gate. They're in quite quickly. It's not a cache CCTV take, though that's where the focus might be for Team Secret right now. It's gym and bedroom, the other side of this top floor. We have not seen a cache CCTV defense once in this matchup, though we've seen Barstock twice. Barstock now stretching its advantage over cache CCTV as the 3rd most played bomb site.
Stay back.
Doom applying a bit of pressure from beneath with that impact grenade and prefab to the floor. Not really aiming for anything in particular, just letting his presence be known to members of Secret that a flank might be happening soon. Heroic, most playing in corners, waiting for the next move from Secret, but they know what the plan is. Go fast, hold angles, and build that advantage.
There's a nitro cell that goes off as well, ringing in tinnitus in the ears of Savage. Savage has been so good. He's starting to cool off. First kill goes to Heroic, answered back right away. They're keeping their trades nice and tight. Grizzly and Grubby in a mid-off when it comes to those guns. And it's Grubby who comes out on top of it. Uno inside of the bathroom will slow down the advance from Secret. Secret are really just running into their own demise here. The strategy that Twister wanted for them was get a plant, hold crossfires. Well, the struggle for Secret is to even get into the bomb site, let alone hold a crossfire. Grubby vaults over, he's got the diffuser going down, and it's spotted out by the Solus down below. Uno, punished for his play. Finished off by Sleben. Timer will now run against this Heroic squad. June will need to get back up top as he was playing below to try and stop the plant. But this is a very tough bomb site to get back into, Nick, and they know that. Nice shot from June, but he'll have to do it all as he's lost Noodle. Playing up through weight room, but they see his legs. Team Secret do hold their angles in the post plant, just as was instructed, and they're on map point because of it.
They're looking good for, I mean, the sheer confidence every single time we saw it. There's like 3 different members of Secret walking and just checking that corner like it's a pre-programmed plan in their head. Started off in offense, and sure, 1 member got taken out from Secret by Heroic, but they trade back 1 for 1. Grizzly had that very unfortunate whiff inside of office, hiding behind the desk as Jaeger, and that might have actually cost them the round to a degree, because A surviving with 1 HP means the bomb goes down, you lose bomb side presence, and you lose the 3-3 into a 3 versus 2. That's not ideal if you want to win that round as Heroic. And with how that went, Heroic said that's not supposed to happen. That's not how we foresee or how we envisioned that round to go. We're going to go back to the same exact bomb site, maybe change a thing or two. For example, there's an Ella, there's no Frost, they have Castle, etc. So minor changes being made. maybe, just maybe, with these ADS and these reinforcements, they'll be holding on to CCTV and extend out. And again, as Uno said, get in their face, because that's what they keep saying, but it's not what their gameplay is showing. Both on Heroic's basement defense and on their previous gym defense, they're hiding in corners, waiting for Secret to get to them. That, to me, is not getting in your opponent's face at all.
Attackers are heading out to defuse
What is it?
It's hiding from your problems.
Cowardly.
Cowardly so. But Heroic, they've made it thus far. They've gotten 5 rounds on the board, Secret 6. Sure, match point is against Heroic so far, but 1 round and you will enter overtime, where you basically go back to a 0-0, best of 3 in terms of rounds. And you go and fight for Oregon, where's the next map up to come.
That is, as we've got confirmation, Team Secret's map. Again, the expectations were set on the analyst desk as DZ and Heroic was a very close matchup yesterday, and it frankly shouldn't have been from Heroic. Even though this is their map, Heroic are yet again in a close fight against more established opponents.
Yeah.
Crazy to think how Heroic would be playing if they had their full roster.
Yeah, I mean, we always have to wonder about those things, but at the same time, it can be super secret. I think Switzerland do so well. Here they are at the Invitationals, looking very good.
Savage, the first one to lead the fight in at the top of the stairs, but he's been downed with some brief penetration through the wall. He'll be brought back to life by Secret. Sloth, the very first kill, but he's under fire now too. Shotgun out. There were 3 players from Secret in that area. Sloth finds 2 of them, but not the 3rd. Wrong direction, and Astro picks up kill number 14. Secret have a lot of work to be done. Half the round to go, and they've already lost their sledge and their primary hard breacher. No Selmas remaining. Joom guns down Astro. It's a 2v4 favoring Heroic at this point, and overtime seems all but certain.
But it does. And I was the Heroic. They really got into their face, and look how it worked out for them. Now they gotta pick up the pieces. Heroic now can hide in corners. They can take their time. Let Secret make all the moves and all the mistakes. This is the moment for that, because you got the advantage built up for you already. They cannot plant in the circumstance.
Oh no, Slevin caught in the crossfire. Heroic do it! They push us to overtime with 2 quick kills.
Alright boys, we got basement roam, basement roam. Last time they rushed it, they're not gonna do it again, so they're actually gonna try to break it down.
Okay, listen to that. Basement, Rome, they're not going to rush it because they did it last time. They have to break it apart. Uno is calling their own strategy from Heroic, and also giving some information as to how they expect the opponent to handle it. And I do agree with his comment, where typically in personal play, you don't see the same strat being done twice, because if you think about it, it's not supposed to work if the enemy knows about it. There's a possibility that they have it up their sleeve. So it's one of those, what we call it, pocket strats. It works 1 round in a matchup and then never again. You don't even dare to attempt it. But there are these kind of double bluffs you can do, right? You rush it once, they think you won't do it again, so they play careless, they play 4 men upstairs, and guess what? Secret, they rush basement 1 more time, because why not? So you have to always pay attention to the possibility of that, but Uno does have the good canisters as well at his disposal. If a rush does happen, you see it here, blue door covered, the dirt door is covered, so Uno can really stall for 20 seconds of time and let his teammates get back to the bomb site if a rush were to happen. The Lion is available to slap it. That gadget will keep the defender standing still or get spotted if they move, so they also do have the option of roam clearing, yes, but also could just hit the side if they think it's a better option here for them.
First E1D is used 15 seconds into the round by Secret. Only 2 remain. You see it on your screen. Heroic will defend twice in overtime. No way. Sloth engaged from multiple angles. He was stuck in weight room with no way out. And Kendra decides to give him a bit of a break. Another E1D will go as well. The assumption was that Secret wouldn't be quick, but they're being relatively quick to engage with Heroic. That strategy that Heroic had spoken about to get in their faces is absolutely working! Especially with Joom popping off with 2 huge kills in a row.
They're doing it. They're starting to believe in the strat from Uno. Get in their face, it will work, I promise you. And that it does. Massive payments and rewards right now. And you see it, the moment the advantage is built, straight back to the bomb side. Play the 4v2, play your crossfires, your corners. They only have Thermite and Nibbana. They have 6 flashbangs, no smoke, no nades, and they have 2 guns. Sure, They can open up every hatch and every wall you can possibly imagine. And they're just gonna hot drop into Moto. Go crazy or go home.
It seems like it, but Heroic have read into it. Grubby is no more, and neither is Kendrew. Same spot. Heroic sweep them away. Heroic moved to map point.
They're looking a lot better. Again, we're seeing smiles, we're seeing celebrations, we're seeing them actually challenging their opponent as the plan has been for so long. This might just be about 2 rounds ago, the breaking point for Heroic, where they finally commit fully to the actually just take the risk. And we saw it when Slav was challenging this sledge on the strip club roof. That is arguably a extremely risky, not preferred thing to do. You're fighting a better weapon, he has a better scope than you, etc. And ends up getting shot in the back by Kendrew on the CCTV roof through a barricade, through a wall. But if the plan is to fight your opponents, you just gotta fight every single chance you can. You don't get to pick your fights. You just take everything that you can. So far, it's working out for them. I like Secret's bomb site choice here of basement. It's arguably a bomb site where you can't fight them as much if you are on the attacking side, because, I mean, if you roam, as Heroic did, you gotta roam clear. Some fights will occur, sure. But once you hit the bomb site, it's more about the execute strategically, right? Where the smokes and flashbangs go, which allows you to get into a fight that is pretty much like a guarantee to win. Or, if you can, sneak down the staircase, for example, into blue stairs, get a free kill, then get crazy. Whereas Gym, Bar, and CCTV, you'll have fights all across the map throughout the round. Basement, well, we get 5 defenders on the bomb site itself. They're not gonna give Heroic any fights early on.
All the way back at the start of this map, we talked about whether it was defender-sided or not, and I said, you know, it's 56%. We're used to seeing 3-3 or 4-2 based on that scoreline. Well, it was 3-3 first half, 3-3 second half.
Yep.
And now, if we go all the way through those 14 rounds, well, you're going to need it to be 50-50. That means Heroic wins. If not, then the overtime ends up being defender-sided, and we see which way it cuts back. But, I mean, the numbers are not incorrect, and it looks like Clubhouse is solidified now. This will be its 5th time being played that we have stats for. Secret want to get in their face now, too, though.
We got info. Can't act upon it just yet. If the hatch is opened up, they could toss a C4, but it is closed.
Nook has grenades as a secondary, so no way to open up that hatch at all.
Oh.
How long were you being watched for? That's the real question. Joom is going to communicate that to the rest of the team.
They know.
This is the routine that we talked about when attacking this bomb site. Take out that hallway floor. It's going to look down to the pathway between the 2 bomb sites and basement. First bit of damage is done to Joom. Can hear the sounds of Jaeger's carbine as Grubby finds at least 1 player. Grubby's favorite spot has been over towards blue, and that's where Joom was perched. But Grubby's gotten out of there.
Ooh.
Far enough back. Deployable shield goes down to an explosive. That's actually huge for defending the back of the bomb site. Heroic finds kill number 1, only 4 more to go. Their map. They so desperately need this. It's Kendrew who's removed.
Yep, that means no more Warden. Now, there are no smokes, no flashbangs left in the pocket of Heroic, so gadgetry-wise, the Warden's not a big playmaker in this round. It comes down to execute from Heroic. Can they get in? Can they win their gunfights and do it cleanly? Or will Secret take it?
Slevin to take damage now. Noodles dropped. He knows he's there, but it's a slow peek from Astro, and it works out. Secret now finding their footing in the round, while Slevin is all but mortally wounded. Heroic will go back onto drones as right above him, Slevin is losing some of the protection on the wall. He's going to be playing with limited HP. Time for toxic canisters to blanket the bottom of the stairs, but there was only 1 remaining, so a big blind spot that there's nothing that the defense can do. Sloth making an awful lot of noise. Secret have to push into the bomb, or rather, Heroic need to push into the bomb site, as Secret so desperately needs to win the round to keep themselves alive. Things are working out quite well. Uno is the last one standing, and he's making mincemeat of some of these players. But again, Finn versus Finn, and it's the superpower player of Slevin who comes out on top. All 15 rounds needed between these teams, and if this is a sign of things to come, we are going to be treated to one heck of an Oregon and bank.
I can't believe that Slevin stays alive as Mirror on that triple wall for so long. He's like 20 HP, maybe less.
I mean, triple's his best.
Soft, yeah, I mean, it's not great for him. And he stays alive, gets a kill to finish off the round for his team as well, and we go the distance. Now, Heroic, they get you know, 2 attempts at defense. I would argue, looking at how their basement attack has been going throughout the entirety of this map, they would probably prefer to be in defense so that they can choose how aggressive they want to be versus how Secret can just kind of wait for them to do something instead. Bar bomb side is certainly a bomb side. You can choose your fights. Because you're roaming upstairs, we saw Uno last time hiding in the basement, also waiting. You essentially play the majority of the map, and the only real limitation is how bold are you? How thin do you want to spread across the map? And as long as you have top floor control where most teams will defend as are heroic, you can deny any plant attempt downstairs inside a bar. Especially thanks to stuff like the Evil Eyes and the Maestro, or a bulletproof camera from the Melusi of Doom, etc. So they can just play 5-man upstairs, or 4 if you will. Fight their way through the ground, contest the injury points from Secret, and slow them in their tracks. In terms of kill count, it's extremely even. 10, 6, 16, okay, I thought it was a 10 as well actually. 16 from Astro, that's a bit uneven. But there's 10, 6, 10, 8 from Secret. Heroic sitting on 8, 13, 11, 9, and 8. No massive outliers in either direction besides Astro and 16.
Wall opened up very quickly. EU1D burned again. Secret setting a breakneck pace. 30 seconds into the round, and a bunch of utilities already been thrown its way towards Heroic. The man of the hour in this map has been Astro, and the way that he has found his way towards the bomb site and has largely done so without a drone, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Kendra's droned him in partially. Not all the way up just yet.
That's all he needs.
If Astro's good enough for a kill, and that's it, and he trades himself out, that's huge value, especially if it's one of the, well, one of the utility-heavy operators that are still left. There's one Nitro Cell on the board from Grizzly. I don't know if it's pre-placed or if it's been used and we just missed it.
I believe it's been used, but I didn't see where or hear it. But either way, Uno, likely the highest priority kill target you can have, because then those evil eye cameras can only be utilized to either shoot or open up. 1 minute 30 to go, 5v5. Astro still fishing for his kill in this round. Heroic, they're not showing themselves just yet. They're waiting, buying time to apply that pressure onto Secret.
Dying moments of what's been a very electric map. If you tuned into the W7M G2 map, you know that this region can put some fireworks off when they need to. 2 kills from Heroic, 1 from Secret. For Secret, that's especially bad. They're the ones with the objective in mind. They pick up the diffuser. As Sleben, if he goes for a plant, will rely on Savage and Astro to watch over him. But that'll be a 2v4 at that point. You have to tear up this bomb site, and most importantly, this beachhead that Heroic has established inside a bathroom that's being watched by Joom, you gotta shake him off that spot. Joom has the vantage point. He knows that somebody's there. Sleben will drop, but he's caught. Things are not going well for Secret as it's all on the shoulders of Astro. He's usually the first one into the site. He'll be the last. Good for 1 kill, but what's the impact? Can he salvage the round from it? 25 seconds to go. No diffuser. This will be all about kills. He's giving himself away. Bomb site's down below. So Astro will need to drop. And look at Heroic. They got the picks. They fell off. All they need to do is find one hot hand, and they win the map. And that's exactly what they do. It was a seesaw contest. Heroic, with the lead until the second half, Secret took over. They were just keeping it warm.
Yeah.
Heroic takes it back in the 15th and final round. Still a bit of a scare on their own map. Maybe a bit too close for comfort.
Yeah.
But a win's a win, and they'll take it.
I mean, the adaptations back and forth from both teams and the insight that we got to listen to from the prep phase or the timeouts and whatnot, I really appreciate that. We need Twist right now saying the same things for next map. What to fix?
And maybe we'll do it again. I'd love to listen in, but we have our contractual obligations. So we'll go to a quick break, and we'll come back as Heroic versus Secret rolls on.